So good, welcome to Multi-Net Design and the continuation of our Amazinng Duplex that we work up for a period of time. So we want to conclude the elevation, design and packaging of everything. So watch as we go further. We're developing so much of what we need to do. So let's go to elevation and see what we're talking about. Look at the elevation the way they are. Look at the further side of the elevation and the other thing. So we want to set it up for graphics purpose so that everything will look unique and presentable for a client. So if you have never been able to present something like that to your client before in Revit, so this is an opportunity for you to study that. And if you have never subscribed to our channel, kindly do so for now. So first we need to go to what is it called, foundation, so that we can be able to create the whole background layer for this. So click on components. I want to create an entire different thing, so I don't want to use floor. So components, I just want to use a casement here, and I'll call it what, ground site. So just call it any name that suits, that you know that it's okay, can be able to work for your extrusion. I'm going to use here, so I'm going to use this complete volume site to create this. So I'm clicking finishing here, so I'm setting up the material for use. So the material pop-up will come up, then I'm going to select something, just duplicate this and say duplicate material with assets. So let it update with graphics and whatever you want to do. So choose graphics, appearance, and then you go back to the site. So from here you click on the appearance. After the appearance you have chosen, go to site work, and then you choose let's say cobblestone or whatever you need to design for yourself. So I'm going to use this one, concrete walkway. So this one will help me out, so I'm going to use that because I'm still going to show some particular portions of the building. So I'm setting up this one. So go back to 3D and see what you've done. This is what you have done. So it's like covering the whole thing. So what you need to select, edit this material. So come here, then you pick up this. So you say -100 here, and at this place you're going to click is 0. So everything is going to down to the building level. So all this one is going to show, and you finish it like that. So the next thing we need to do is to bring all these flower pots into this place. So go back to the foundation. At the foundation, select architecture, and from the architecture now you click on components. So here you select all the components of the flower and for whatever that you know that okay, it's okay for your own use. So I'm selecting this because some of these have already been used in this particular references. So I'm taking this up. Good. So make it in this place. So set it up here. So bring 2. Okay, and set it here. So all this is going to reflect in your elevation. I'm going to bring your elevation to limelight. So you work on that and continue to develop that. So check one of the elevation, especially the east, and see what we are talking about. So this one is going to update itself. This is the flower pot. So now what we do next is that we go back here, select the component. I just want to bring something that's common in the eyes of so many people, which is AC, air condition. So you select it and put it somewhere here with it. Let it stay somewhere here. So there you have something unique with the wall. So like you have 2 at that point. So let this one stay here as well. So you do for this side as well. So press escape, click on this and say to create similar. So press this. So it's just for the beauty or aesthetic purpose. So the next thing you need to create is the lighting of the wall. So I'm using this middle of these two. So I'm going to create it here at this junction. So I'm having it at the lower level, which is supposed not to be. So what I do is that I'm going to go to 3D, where I'm going to see it plainly. So I'm not seeing it here, so but it does not matter. Just click on, let's say you select something that is more unique for the factor. So click here and bring it up again. So here it's telling you foundation, so you're going to use level 2 because you want to raise it up. I'm not going to make it to still foundation, so I'm going to tag it here. So it's stable to the wall, but it's entering to the space. So go back to east elevation. At that junction, you should be able to find it where it stays. So if it's not staying anywhere, it does not matter. You can still bring it here and just say okay at the level 2. Click here components, then select it, rotate it, so tag it to this point. So go back to the east and see should be there. Something is missing, so it's here. So what you just need to do is to bring it up, move it, so set it up on this level. That's exactly what we want to, where we want to use it. So go back to the south and push it right way outside. So it stays here. So go back to the east and see what we're talking about. So here is it. So you can now decide to copy for this one and then begin to move them around. But you can still go to level 2 and create something similar by saying create similar. So at this point you put one here. You go back here, do the same thing here as well. So you can rotate at this point and put it here. Then same time rotate again and put one here. So go to 3D and see where those things stay. So you select them here. You select this one. So what you just need to do is to adjust them from the elevation and bring them to something like 2100. If you jump up. So that's what we do. So you select everything like that too. And wherever you know that you have something similar, you work on that. So you click the same thing. You select and say 2100. You move up. You can do that for the lower part as well by selecting it. So this is just the method of doing what, of creating component for the use of what. So we do on with this. You can just like adjust more, put more, let them stay around where they need to stay. So as they are on the ground floor, you select them, press escape, say select all instance in this view, then you say 2200 this time around. So go back to 3D and see the beauty of what we have done. So this is just the whole idea of the elevation activities. You can imagine how they are looking more close to what we want. So all those ones that are extra coming are those ones, so you delete them. So fix this in the way they swoop. So now let me just adjust this front elevation and see how you can do without even bother yourself by creating so much of, so by presenting this one. Now you have casted a shadow according to what is on the, what we are seeing here. This is the realistic part, which is beautiful. So what we do next is that we adjust this, expand this a bit, then expand this one a bit. So select this one, hide out this one, the category, we don't need them. So they will go. So you consider this one too again, hide all the categories, they will definitely leave. So now what we do now is that we are going to set up the background, just change the graphics ability, background setting, and come here, say gradient is what I'm going to use. So here you select your sky to be something blue, say pick OK. So from there now you set horizon, leave horizon in this manner, so your ground should be more deep than this. So click and say apply. So as you have done this one, you click OK. So what you do, destroy this, we don't need it. So we focus our attention on what we are having here. So as this one is deeper and this one is better, so you go back to the graphics and say display options. So here you come to the depth viewing. So here you show depth viewing, then you decide to like adjust this if there's something you can do in that. So you can imagine the fading aspect. So it's your choice. You can just like changing it a bit. So go back here and adjust something that can fit in for you. So if all these ones are not there, you can decide to go here and remove them. So sketchy, shadow, realistic, light, and every other thing. Background realistic, so you can just choose to see automatic, or you can decide to do correction of image or things like that. So like all this one, saturate, white point, so you can just click on this and cooler, you set it a little bit backward, adjust that, apply. Can you see? So all those things are more matter. So if you want your drawing, your design to be more acceptable and look more definite, and so you need to do intense, you adjust this intense as well. So all those things are more reliable. So darker the image, you can just increase it. I think I can increase it to 2. No, it doesn't accept that anymore. So you can just click on this and say, okay, I think with this one I'm okay with this if I want to present to a client like this in a kind of model or something. So the only thing that you need to do now is to set up the image, what is it called, the fencing activity, so that the detail will come out again. So click here and say create similar. So at the create similar, now you just like selecting the base. Foundation is what I want, so you choose this one, 3000. So I'm reducing my hole to 2500. I don't want it to be more taller, so I'm taking it outside my my property line. So by the time I view it from east, you see what I'm going to see. So this one had a little bit expression to what I've done. So that is how it works. So you can put enough of graphics ability, dependency on those things. So this is the beauty that I'm talking about. So you can do this one and adjust it to every other area of elevations. So like going back to another side of elevation, copy the whole property of what you have done here and make use of it to blend with what you have done. So this is the presentation aspect, how you can cast all this shadow and do all this thing. You can as well on your sun part if that is what you want. So say continue with the current setting, or you change the setting to suit your, so on this sun part, or you do the setting again to suit you whatsoever you want to do. So single day, you can use single day or something like that, foundation something. So you can imagine this one coming up with this. So all these are just the trick that you need to work on. You can decide to work on them on based on your own idea, but still depend on the country or the land where you are working with. So this is what is available. If you own your data and things like that, you can work on that, but I'm not going to go to detail of that for now. So like this setting of rating, this is AM to AM. So I'm going to set the sun something to PM this time around. I'm going to send it like to 2 p.m. click P here. So 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. say apply, look at it. So this is the sun is giving you, so from the Boston. So if it's okay by you, February 24, this is what we have of today in Nigeria. So we have to demonstrate that in a big quality. So you can just check the sun setting and so on, so forth, so forth. So for me, I don't need it again. If you don't need it again, just click on it and say off. So I'm offing it. If you have the whole time, you can do that for your own use. So by going back there, you get to display and you set your light back to where it is, because it has already affected the whole thing. So you go back to the lighting, like single, still on this. If that is what you wish, you fix it in that manner. If it's not, you go back to your lighting depth and say okay, and everything will come back to the way it was. So that is how you work mysteriously and magically on this. So thanks for watching. This is just a presentation activity, so you can present this one to your clients as a normal something, or you can decide to change and add more value to this. So in our next tutorial, we're going to teach about how to export this to Photoshop and package it and make sure that everything look good. I'm bringing it back to Revit and come and set it up on paper. So